What's good, people? You're speaking to Chris Kane. Sorry you didn't see me earlier on, but right now we're here on FanPark Live, covering the Arsenal-West Ham game. Ended up at 4-1. 2 from Lacazette, 1 from Monreal, 1 from Ramsey. There's a bit of a fortunate one there. And obviously the goal that equalised the game from Arnautovic. And listen, I want to go over the game, see what the highlights were. I want plenty of phone calls as we're coming towards the end of what we know to be Arsene Wenger's final season at the Emirates, and we're going to be going through the statistics on the OneFootball app that you can download on the Apple App Store and also on Android. You can go through all the statistics, results, players, league tables, competition standings across the world, and also download the UFF app where you can see all kinds of content on there, from Arsenal Fan TV to also FanPark Live, the Footy Says, we got Chelsea, Football Terrace, so on and so on. But today, what I'm looking forward to the most is a lot of calls from Arsenal fans in particular, but all football fans, as they should be, in opinion from all of you, on Wenger's last season at Arsenal Football Club in 2018. So call us on 0203 606 0315. And we can get straight into it. So, but let's get into the game that's just finished. I mean, again, West Ham have more or less secured their position on the table. I'm just gonna go through the app now, get it up for you guys so you can see it for yourselves as well. But Arsenal didn't have much to play for in the league anyway. I think at this point it's more so to do with. Hold on, 2 seconds. Getting everything up together so you can see the table for yourself and go through it alongside one another. So West Ham, you can scroll down. Not safe. They're 6 points ahead of Southampton, who are playing as we speak against Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final over in Wembley. But 6 points clear of Southampton, who are in 18th place. So not secure per se, but it's a healthy gap between them. So they still have something to play for. Arsenal don't, but it was still a pretty good game. There are a few chances in the first half. Arsenal didn't really get into their stride up until the second half started, and they started off really well. Applied a lot of pressure on West Ham, able to get the goal to go a goal up, and then some positive substitutions from David Moyes, bringing on Lanzini, bringing on Hernandez. And then, yeah, more or less immediately getting straight back into the game, which I wouldn't say the goal came from bad defending per se. First caller, so we'll get into it now. Hello, you speak to Chris on FanPark Live. Who am I speaking to? Hello, who am I speaking to?
Hello?
Yep. Who am I speaking to, mate?
Hello,
can you hear me? Yeah, I can't hear him. Hold on. Try calling back in a second. Hold on. Keep on trying to make those calls, by the way. Don't stop. As I was saying, yeah, I wouldn't really say that goal came from bad defending. There's a couple of ricochets there, and it's very hard for defenses to read phases like that, because you can't predict where the ball's going to land, and you can't say for sure at that moment in the game that Arnautovic is going to be the immediate danger. So could Koscielny been a bit tighter, because I think he was the closest defender next to him. Perhaps. However, I'd say, listen, sometimes the ball just falls in places you can't anticipate it falling into. And at the end of the day, it was a great first touch on his left foot, great finish on his left foot from Arnautovic. And Arsenal responded reasonably well. At some point, West Ham started to sit back a little bit more and more from maybe, I'd say, the 75th minute to the 80th. And, Arsenal is still a good team. I'll get into it now. Let me call again. Hello, can you hear me? It's Chris on FanPark Live. Hello? This is insane. Yeah, you can't hear me. Shouldn't be me talking. Apologies. But what I'll do is if you ask some of the questions on the live stream now, I'll be able to go flick through them and I'll be able to see what you guys are asking and hopefully answer some of your questions. So give me a sec. Make sure you get those questions coming. By the way, I want to know who you guys thought was man of the match, by the way. There we go. So, whose name? How do you pronounce his name? Fort Mayor Chris says they'll have a good partnership. I'm assuming you're talking about Lacazette and Aubameyang. Hold on. Chris says they'll have a good partnership. Reverb. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So good partnership. Lacazette and Aubameyang, what's the likelihood of them starting together up front next season? Sorry. It all depends on the manager, and that's a conversation I really want to get into as well. Is we knew on Friday we found out on Friday that Wenger announced his leaving Arsenal. And in terms of managerial appointments, we've been linked up with so many different guys. We've had Patrick Vieira, Brendan Rodgers, Carlo Ancelotti, Thomas Tuchel, even I think he's going to be going over to PSG. There's Jardim, who I think is coming to the end of his contract, or a couple of clubs are looking out of, not just us, but also Chelsea. Luis Enrique has been another name touted with him too. So just going into next season, I think there's going to be a lot of intrigue and a lot of news flying from all over the globe, all over Europe in regards to who's going to take over at Arsenal. And I mean, depending on who's going to take over us, we'll be able to kind of have an idea of how we're going to play. Maybe not in terms of formations, but definitely in terms of style. And there's not going to be an ideal replacement for Wenger. You know, most fans our age, you know, between the 18 to 35 age range, they've only known Wenger. And with that comes certain expectations of the kind of football that we'll be playing and what you want from that. I don't think we've played the best of football in the last few years. I think we're renowned for having a certain playing style. And what we saw when we won, you know, the invincible season in 2004, that kind of football hasn't been a constant since then. I think up until maybe 2011, that was a solid period of we continued to play excellent football. However, since then, it's been really up and down. And will the new manager be able to bring in that quality of football that we've been used to for a while? And I mean, just going forward from there, I mean, okay, so what's the priority? Is it going to be getting competitive again? Because we may have to sacrifice what we kind of used to and what we appreciate for the sake of being competitive, depending on who takes over Arsenal. Or should we just focus on being a good football team again and getting the tactics right, and getting the quality of players in correct and getting the quality of tactics correct? So there's a lot of things to consider. Experience is another one. There are a lot of exciting young managers. Nagelsmann from Germany is another one. Tuchel, like I mentioned, is another one. Rodgers is still relatively young. He's only 45. So he's got a reasonable amount of experience, especially domestically. But in Europe, he may not have the most experience. You know, but
Hello?
There's Champions League football with Celtic. I think he had one season of Champions League football with Liverpool. So, hold on, just bring the headphones back in.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Okay, cool. Yo, who am I speaking to, man?
Yo, stop.
Yeah, who am I speaking to?
This is Yusuf.
Yusuf, talk to me, man. What are your thoughts on the game?
It's a good game so far. It's like a good tribute to Wenger.
Yeah. How
Like,
do you think him announcing him leaving has an effect on any of the players?
Like, to be honest, Ozil, he's probably gonna say like, fuck it, Wenger's gone. I'm just gonna wait for him to leave, and that's it. But that's what I expected.
When you
But
say that's it,
surprisingly,
what do you mean? When you
this
say
match
that's
is like different. Wenger's last derby, I think, is a good way of sending him off.
it? Okay. And do you think there's some players that may be happy to see him go, or what players may be sad to see him leave? Because I think there are a lot of players that are very comfortable at Arsenal at the moment.
Yeah, but ultimately, yeah, I understand what you mean, but you've got like Santi Cazorla. Like, we haven't seen him play for the whole season after what happened to his foot. And it's kind of sad to see that he will never play under Wenger again.
Yeah.
Like, you remember the midfield maestro, how good he was.
Yeah.
Like, you would have Cazorla, you would have Ozil.
Yeah.
And that was like when competitive, Arsenal were a bit more competitive.
Yeah.
But now we're like, they've been like, wait, without him, it's just sad.
I mean,
Strange even to think that Wenger without, yeah, what did he say?
I mean, I don't want to say it's sad. I think the only sad part about it is he couldn't go out winning. I mean, he could, maybe, but
yeah, I know. But the thing is, Wenger's the only manager I've had in my whole lifetime.
yeah,
Like, I'm not sure about you.
Same here.
It's like it's gonna be a change.
Yeah.
It's like an end of the era.
I mean, yeah, but change is good. Like, that's part of football. You know, you don't support Arsene Wenger, you support Arsenal Football Club. And
yeah, I know. I know what you mean, but
hold on. I think we've also
got Wenger.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me finish my point. Like, what you've got to also think about is this the only thing you want Arsenal to be competing at? Like, do you want us to be competing at this level? Because it's been very, very evident for some time now that Wenger can't take us to the level that we're capable of going to. So
yeah, that's true.
So you've got to accept change as a football fan. You've got to accept change. You've got to accept the fact that change comes from this. You know, it may come from a good thing to something else, and may go from a bad thing to something else. But change is something.
Like, what I feel is Arsenal's living in the past. Like, every team's moved on. We've seen City, what they've done. We've seen United, they're moving on. Like, Arsenal need to get out of their shell, out of their comfort zone, become a better team overall.
Yeah.
Like, definitely. I hear these rumors of Ancelotti. Like, do you really think we're gonna land him on this given time? Like, I heavily doubt that. Like, some people are just gassing up, oh, Wenger's leaving. Yeah, a manager's gone.
But I mean, Ancelotti will just be, in my opinion, will just be more of the same. Like, what we need is a manager that's going to shake the table a bit.
Exactly.
A manager that's going to change the culture, be a fresh of breath air. Be a breath of fresh air. Sorry, that's the direction I think Arsenal should go in. But what
quick question: Who do you think the new manager should be?
I think, the new manager, in my opinion, would be Sarri from Napoli. That'll be my guess. But listen, Yusuf, thank you very much for your call. And make sure you call us back for the next show after, as we'll be covering the Chelsea Southampton game, okay? Peace. Got another call now, come in.
Hello?
Hello.
Alright, mate.
Who am I speaking to?
It's Callum.
Nice to talk to you, Callum, man. Talk to me about the game.
I'll be real. I'm an Arsenal fan. For 80 minutes, we were fucking shit. Let's be honest.
I'm not going to go that bad. We weren't that bad. But we
were pretty bad until Aubameyang came on. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we started off the second half pretty well, in my opinion. Good pressure, got the corner from it, got the goal. We didn't respond well to them making their substitution, them getting back into the game. I mean, at this point in the season, you've got to kind of temper your expectations a little bit. You have to think about, okay, well, we're not in the best place right now. We've got players coming in and out due to injury, due to rest, so on and so on. We're obviously prepping for a Europa League semi-final against a team that's probably Champions League caliber in Atletico Madrid. So I think about that game and I'm like, yes, could we play better? Definitely, I agree with you. But we still did enough, in my opinion, to win the game. And at this point during the season, I think that's kind of like the minimum that you want. But again, it depends on just what you expect at this stage of the season with everything that's happening right now. Had it been a draw or a loss, considering Wenger just announced him not retiring, but him leaving, it would have been a disaster for me that in a build-up to a semi-final that we didn't get 3 points at home. With everything, because you expect that to galvanise the players a little bit. But I mean, were there any players in particular that you were disappointed with? Any ones that you were impressed with?
Honestly, I think Robbie needs to go out on loan to somewhere.
That's perhaps.
I don't think he's good enough yet, but I just think he needs development.
Okay. I mean, do you think maybe playing for another manager may help him? Like, they may not need the loan to happen if a new manager comes in and really kind of nails it down with him and says, okay, this is what I want you to do, how I want you to do it, and I'm going to coach you.
It depends on who it is, to be honest. Obviously, some managers like helping youth and some don't, so, it depends on who we get.
And, I mean, do you have an idea of what manager you'd really want Arsenal to get? Like, it may not just be one, maybe 1, 2, or 3.
I like the one from Monaco or Allegri out of my choices.
Okay.
Probably the two.
And do you think that are there any players that you think may not have had the most of chances this season that should get more regular chance under a new manager?
Oh, not really. I think most of them, if they're not going to perform now, it's kind of a time for them to go really. Because if can't perform, like I guess on Thursday it matters more actually. I'll go to that. If they can't perform on Thursday when it matters, then they shouldn't be at the club. But if they perform on the big stage when it matters, then I guess they should have a right to stay. But it's a good time to see if the new manager who he wants and who he doesn't. You know what I mean?
How do you feel about Wenger leaving?
I've only lived with Arsene Wenger as my manager.
Yeah, same here.
So it's sad, but it's happy at the same time because change has been needed for years now.
Yeah, definitely.
If you know what I mean by that.
What was your first reaction though? Were you sad or were you like happy? Like the first reaction.
Right. I woke up at about 12 in the afternoon and I just heard that Arsene Wenger's leaving. And first thing I did was I jumped in fucking happiness.
Yeah.
And then, it
kind of
and then I just went and watched the Invincibles documentary.
Oh wow. No, you did it to yourself, bro. You shouldn't have done that. Listen, Callum, thank you very much for your call.
Alright, mate.
And then, just give us a call after the game, the Chelsea-Southampton game if you'd like. And I'm pretty sure I'll speak to you again before the end of the season regarding Arsenal. And yeah, bro, have a good day.
Yep, see you, mate.
All right, take it easy, my bro. That seems to be the case with a lot of Arsenal fans in terms of their reactions. It's a mixture of happiness and sadness. I mean, listen, I'll give you my experience, man. Like, I've supported Arsenal since I was 11 years old. Got another call coming in. Hold on. Hello, can you hear me? Hold on. There's a lot going on. Hold on. Hello? There's a lot going on right now. Hello? Anyway. Yeah, man. Just start supporting Arsenal when I was like 10, 11 years old. And yeah, there's not been a single manager that I could, envision in the technical box. Hello, is there anyone there? Can you hear me?
This is the SMS text.
Yeah. There's a lot happening right now. Yeah. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, who am I speaking to?
Yeah.
Who am I speaking to at the moment, mate?
Alright. Oh, sorry, Harvey.
Hi, Harvey. You right, bro?
Yeah.
Who you support? Who you support?
Yeah. Oh, West Ham. Sorry.
West Ham. Oh, yeah. So what are your thoughts, man? So are you scared that you guys will go down, or?
Nah, I think we're safe. It's just these run of games kind of scaring me. Arsenal, we should have got 3 points. You got really lucky. I think you could be honest on that.
You should got 3 points.
Huh?
You should got 3 points.
Yeah, I think. No, we needed it. We didn't deserve it, but we needed it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, do you know who you've got remaining in terms of your games? I'll have a look on the app.
I think we've got the 2 Manchester clubs, Everton, and then I don't know the other one.
No way. Hold on. I mean, all you really need is, I think, 1 more win. Like, I doubt Southampton will get 5 wins out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, Stoke Burnley didn't help us.
Hold on. So you've got you've got Man City at home. That's next Sunday. Then you've got Leicester away. I mean, the 2 Manchester clubs, at least you have them at home. None of them got anything to play for anymore. City have already wrapped up the title. They'll probably play a lot of like fringe players. United won't. They have a strong team, especially going into the final. of the FA Cup, and then you've got Everton at home as well. So that's 3 home games. I'd assume you'd pick up enough points to keep a bit of distance between you and Southampton. What did you think about the game?
What did today? I think we actually played alright.
Yeah.
Just the little mistakes, like each goal was just little mistakes. Not really a team thing.
Are you happy going into next season with David Moyes?
Yeah, I think I think he'd do alright with a few of his own signings. I wouldn't expect him to do this well.
Okay. Well, listen, Harvey, thank you very much for your call, my bro. And then hopefully we'll speak again. No worries, take it easy. Hello. Speaking to Chris on FanPark Live. Can you hear me? I must be getting trolled. See, this is the price we pay for... Hello, who am I speaking to?
You're speaking to Aaron.
Aaron, nice to talk to you, man. You're FanPark Live, man. Tell me your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I thought it was a good result. I mean, 4-1. It's like a good result. Regardless...
Who do you support, by the way?
Scored 3 goals in the last 10 minutes. I think it's a good result.
Who do you support?
I mean, you look at past United teams when they've managed to scrape victories and win titles.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's about, getting the result, regardless whether you play good or bad.
No, it's a big thing. You have to have it in your locker.
Of course, and people can't say, oh, it's lucky, you know, started playing well in the last 10 minutes. We won 4-1. It's not a lucky 2-1. We didn't scrape it, you know, we won 4-1.
Listen, man, like even City, they've played some fantastic football. They're on course to score 100 goals in the Premier League alone. But even they had some victories where it took like a last-minute Sterling like goal, like little deflection or anything to grind up some key games. And we may need that in the Europa League. So it's definitely a positive to take going into the semi-final on Thursday.
100%. I mean, you look at all the greatest teams around Europe. You know, Real Madrid do it, Barcelona do it, Juventus do it.
Yeah.
You know, all these teams do it. But no, just on Arsene Wenger, you know, I've been an Arsene Wenger. I've been one of the Wenger out brigade for a few years now. But, you know, now it's actually come. It is sad because I'm 27 myself. And I started supporting Arsenal about the same age as you, 11, 12.
Yeah.
And that's all I've ever knew, you know, Arsene Wenger. But I'm hoping they appoint the right manager. I don't want Brendan Rodgers. I don't want no one like that. I would like a world-class manager.
Why are you against... Allegri. So you're thinking Allegri, who else?
Yeah, Guardiola as well, Monaco.
Okay.
I also agree with you, the Napoli manager. I'll take him as well.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. That'll be my number one choice, only because I want a manager who can, how can I put it? A manager who's able to get a team to a competitive level without having the best players in the country.
I think Guardiola's done that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
If you look at players like Lamar and Mbappe, you know, he's got the best out of what he's been given.
Yeah.
And what we've got to understand is, if we do get an Allegri or we get a world-class manager like that, he's not going to have a budget like City or Chelsea has.
Exactly.
And we need someone like Guardiola, or we need the Napoli manager who's going to get the best out of what they've got. I heard a call a minute ago, and one of the guys was saying about there's a lot of players which shouldn't be at Arsenal, but I think we've got really good talent at a club, but I think it's the tactics on the day. You know, I don't think Wenger's quite got it.
Yeah. It's just very clear. Like you look at what Chelsea did last year. You even look at some players that came into the City side, players like Fabian Delph, even Otamendi, who a lot of people don't rate, but was still able to look pretty good throughout the season. Because, you know, I don't think it's fair to judge any player holistically in the last few years under Wenger, because these are players that have been able to be in other teams and play at a high level.
Well, can I just, Chris? Sorry.
No, it's cool.
You look at Debussy, right?
Yeah.
He left our club. He's gone on. He won the first month in there in January. He was French Player of the Month.
Yeah.
Over players like Neymar, Cavani, who's absolutely on fire. You know, Gabriel Palista's gone back to Spain.
And he's looked like another level.
Out there.
Yeah, absolutely another level. And it isn't because it's a weaker league or anything, but it's just a case of like you just put players in the right position to perform. Like Xhaka was a great player in Germany before he came over here. Mustafi had a very, very good season at Valencia before he came over here. Lacazette was scoring crazy amount of goals. over at Lyon, like consistently for season upon season upon season. So, you know, we've got to factor that in terms of like, listen, like we've got great players, some very good players, some players that can be doing better, but that may not necessarily come whilst Wenger's in charge. And even though we've got to really accept the fact that, okay, the manager that we've had for, 22 years or 21 years, sorry, is going. But, you know, I think it's a time for Arsenal to get excited, but to also temper the expectations and know, listen, it isn't going to be a smooth ride as soon as, as soon as we're, hold on.
Yeah, I don't think as soon as this new manager comes in, regardless who it is, you can't. It's got to be time there. You know, you can't think, oh yeah, this season we're going to win Champions League or we'll win the Premier League. You know, there's that transition period now with a new manager.
Well, listen, mate.
It was funny because I was at work on Friday and I always flicked my phone on Arsenal and it was my girlfriend who texted me, Wenger's leaving. I couldn't believe it.
Oh wow!
Backwards. And
yeah, I took a shot of alcohol at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's how happy I was. Listen, mate. Listen, thank you very much for your call.
Yeah.
And then definitely give us a call on Thursday if you can after the game.
Will do.
All right, take it easy, mate. All right, bye.
Cheers. Bye.
One more call. Hello, you're from to Chris on FanPark Live.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Talk to me. What's your name?
I go by Elkson.
Okay,
I'm an
well,
Arsenal supporter.
tell me your thoughts.
I feel like it was actually a good result for us. Like I feel like it did take us a bit too long to sort of pick up the pace. Like I feel like we started way too slow. But in the second half, I feel like we started to do well, and then just sort of clicked at the end. But I'm happy with it, and it's exciting times ahead.
What are your thoughts on Arsenal's chances on Thursday?
Well, I feel like it's going to be like quite tough just for the fact that we can show up on Thursday at home, but then anything can happen on that second leg. Yeah. I'm quite nervous with players like Mustafi, especially, who's prone to making mistakes. So over 2 legs, I don't know how he's going to perform. But overall, I feel like we do have like quite a good chance, but it's wise for us just to be cautious going into it because they have a lot of strong players like going up top. So anything can happen.
Okay. And have you got any thoughts in terms of who you'd like to replace Wenger at the end of the season?
Probably Allegri.
Okay.
Number 1.
Allegri.
I mean, Allegri, sorry. Maybe Ancelotti as well. I know a lot of people don't really like him at the moment and don't really want him in, but I feel like he could really change the club around and would demand money as well, so then we could start spending on some big players.
No worries, man. Listen, Elton, thank you very much for your call. And make sure you give us a
thanks
call
for having
back on
me.
Thursday. No problem at all, mate. And make sure you give us a call back on Thursday after the game. Take it easy, my bro. Peace. Okay, well, that's it, man. Listen, Arsenal 4-1. It's going to be hard to catch up to Chelsea. But at this point, I think even if we finish 6th, we're going to have a Europa League spot anyway, with City winning the League Cup. And yeah, we're going to go into the Chelsea-Southampton game after this. Make sure you call us on 0203 606 0315. Make sure you download the app on Android and also on Apple's App Store. And also download the UFF app where you can get all of our football content, FanPark Live, FanPark News, Arsenal Fan TV, we got Chelsea, the Football Terrace, so on and so on. This is Chris Kane from Touchline Fracas. See you in a bit, my bros.